Hey guys, my name is TheRussianBadger, and that is why I do not like the UAV. That is just, I don't exactly fathom why a Black Hawk helicopter would essentially explode just by merely tapping a UAV. It just puzzles me overall, but welcome to Map Pack 7, and more specifically Oasis. Now, Oasis is specifically the map that everyone's been waiting for. I mean, you could argue that Harvest Day is a little bit larger, but everyone, this morning at least, in my personal opinion, as to what I saw, everyone wanted to play Oasis, and it was actually quite difficult to even find a game, because if you were trying to get an Oasis, or maybe a Harvest Day game, you would instantly be sent to this empty room because everybody is playing the new maps. And just so you guys know, the map pack came out on December 1st, which is quite obviously today, and they also confirmed Vietnam for the 21st, and that was quite odd of DICE, because you know how usually there's a good 20 to 30 days where they build up anticipation, then they finally release it, right? But I guess not. They're just gonna be like, oh hey, it's coming out tomorrow, guys. Oh, okay, that's cool. It's like, why did you tell me right now when you could have just told me like 2 weeks ago? That would have been a little bit more convenient, but alas, it is finally here, and I am quite excited. It doesn't seem like they changed too much of the maps. It seems like, maybe I'm just basing this off of feeling at all. I really haven't seen the exact perimeter, like I didn't really judge it, but it seems like the perimeters are a little bit tighter on the hillsides, on the cliff sides, if that makes any sense, on that to my left or straight ahead of me right now. That it seems like that margin is a little bit tighter than Bad Company 1, but for the most part, it is by far the best map in Bad Company 2 as of right now, and I do not hesitate at all when I say that. And the thing is, though, that even with heavy metal, not with Cold War, but with heavy metal and with Harvest Day and with Oasis, obviously, I had to play the engineer kit because, you know, oftentimes you have to accept the toughest role in your squad, or you always have to combat the toughest aspect of the opponent, and for that specifically, for me specifically, it was just tank after tank after tank. And I was playing in previous matches before this where the defenders, as in me, I was on the defending team, were absolutely getting annihilated by the helicopters. And it seems like they did balance it. I mean, they do have anti-aircraft guns on the map, but they are not the VADs. You know how, obviously you guys know how very strong the VADs. The VADs is just detrimental to helicopters, but they have the other anti-aircraft mechanism. It's not as effective as the VADs, but it still is quite effective for taking down helicopters. But the catch is that it is oftentimes out in the open, and you can easily be sniped off it. It's not behind a whole lot of cover. So that's one of the downsides to the anti-aircraft mechanisms. But I'm just being a swamp monster. I don't want to say swamp monster. Maybe maybe I'm just a bog monster right now. I'm not particularly sure, but I'm also loving the AT-4 quite a bit. It's so detrimental against tanks, especially with explosive weapon damage. In that recent buff, that's just wonderful as it is. And I switched up my guns quite a bit here. For some reason, I just don't like the Scar as much. I started out with the 99-1, and then I changed to the Scar, and then I finally go with the XM8 prototype, which I was very pleased with. But for some reason, the Scar has this spread, or this really radical accuracy problem that I always have with it. Maybe it's just me. On kneecaps, bro. Mr. Chuck Norris, I get him one more time at the top of the hill here. I bet J-Dust is just totally going to call this out. And when I say J-Dust, you should probably know what I'm talking about. This is just the user that really enjoys it when I do this. Okay, so I'm going to come back down the hill. I'm going to almost die. And then I'm almost going to die again as soon as I get to the top of this hill because these catfish are shooting at me. And Wesley snipes. Oh man, that was like an elongated one. You know when usually it'll just blow up instantly, but I guess not. And yes, I am still sick. It's just I'm on the sickness is on the out, to be blunt. I mean, it's just finishing up its whole cycle before it leaves my body in the back of my throat so I can speak normally again. So I do apologize, but I know that you guys hate it when I identify how sick I am. Just, I'm here for a commentary. I'm not here to hear about how sick you are. It's like, okay, that's fair enough. And also, too, you're going to see at the end of this match, it's going to be quite odd how how the gameplay is different playing midday. You guys know that most of the time I'm not playing during the week, and if I do play during the week, it's not very frequently. I usually play on the weekends, and obviously a lot of those catfish, a lot of the Carls come out to play on weekends that I can just absolutely destroy. And it's weird playing midday because you're usually playing, especially on a weekday, because you're going to be playing extremely experienced players, so it's going to be a drastically different experience in terms of experienced players, if that makes any sense at all. But in this particular situation here, I thought that A would be easy to keep because there was just so many guys stacking in that building. I thought it would be a rather easy task, but I guess not. By the time they said it, I knew there were just too many guys over there, and I tried to eliminate some of them that were going to support the round assault next to A, but I just could not get there in time. But we actually have, I had to totally spoil this for you, but that final base is pretty intense. They destroy B, and then we hold them at A. I mean, I hate to totally spoil that for you, but I know that you're going to figure that out in due time within the next few minutes as it is. So I'm really not concerned about that. But really, how this map is so much more, or so much different than all the others in Bad Company 2 is it offers a drastic urban environment, and although you might see a little bit of that on Eureka Harbor, it is nowhere near how many buildings there are within a close proximity to each other as in with Oasis. And the other thing is that makes it that much, I mean, it's a contrast, and there's two different things that I have to identify. And that's even more so in the last set, but in two different perspectives. Number one, buildings are going to give you more cover to advance forward because obviously you're shielding yourself from the enemy. But in the same respect, whenever they have those MCOMs that are out in the middle or exposed, they're not next to buildings, they're in like the middle of a courtyard, like the last set of objectives, and they're very exposed. That just gives the enemy or the defending team, well, that's actually our team in this particular instance, but when the objective is in the center of a courtyard or it is extremely exposed without any kind of cover around it, and there's lots of buildings moderately close to the objective, and just so you know, that guy got a Destruction 2.0 triple team kill. That is just wonderful. And I get the old headshot with the AT4. It doesn't actually register as a headshot, but I couldn't actually show you it, but B is actually in the center of the courtyard. They already destroyed it, and I thought it was kind of wasted footage because there wasn't a whole lot going on. But you see all these buildings around the courtyard that you can easily see that center of the courtyard from where B is located. It just makes it so much harder for the attacking team because they have X number of buildings, like at least 8 to 10 buildings where they can easily hide and shoot you as soon as you go for the MCOM, just like I'm doing right now. And it's so easy because it's so easy for the defending team, that is, because all they have to do is just, they camp, and this is a little bit of fast forwarding here. They just camp, they keep the objective in sight, and as soon as somebody pops up trying to arm it, they kill them, and that's it. That's it. And that's what I'm doing right here. And for some reason, they really didn't catch on. They didn't try to flank me, but eventually a tank does wise up to my position and eventually becomes a catfish and tries to run over and get me, but I get the last laugh, and you will see in just a few seconds here, okay? He thinks he got it, and I don't know why I say that. My friends say that. Like, it's some kind of mockery of what an African-American kid used to say at my school. Like, he got it. It's something like being macho, but I'm going to come around here. I think I'm going to shoot him now, but I don't want to blow myself up. I don't want to smash my own face off with explosives. So I'm going to get him, I'm going to get the sniper with hip fire while I'm inside here, get that catfish, mow him down, and then I'm going to defuse, but oh wait, I pick up an engineer kit. Why does it do that? And that catfish just about blows through my screen, and then I finally get it defused. That was close. You can hear that, you know that really, the higher pitched siren when it's just about to detonate? That was quite nervy. And then here again, they already get it set, and I come in to save the day. Now, I was forced with the dilemma of 7 tickets left, and I was thinking, should I just go on a shooting rampage and go find some enemies and kill them, or should I go for the defuse? So I don't know how I didn't get that kill, first of all. But then I say, you know what, I don't think we can kill 5 people in that short amount of time, so I get one more. We only have 3 tickets left, or they do, and I just thought going for the defuse was the proper thing to do, and these blocks are extremely valuable when trying to defuse, and I aid in killing that gentleman, and we get it. Nice. I don't want to say clutch, because if I say clutch, I'm going to sound like a total catfish. And I also don't want to make it sound as if camping is the only plan. Like, oh, my plan's the best. Ich bin der Mann, der alles kann. Und ich bin der Mann mit dem Plan. Und ich bin tausendmal besser als du. I don't want to sound like that. And for those of you that don't like it when I just absolutely destroy a bunch of Carls in the opposing team, you can obviously see the opposing team is quite experienced in terms of rank. So hopefully that's to your liking. But other than that, guys, auf Wiedersehen und bis bald. Goodbye.